In a small Caribbean town by the river, where the scent of flowers mixed with the salty breeze of the sea, two young souls met, Fermina Daza and Florentino Ariza. What began as a shy, secret love between two hearts soon became a story that stretched across 50 years, filled with passion, heartbreak, loss, and unshakable hope. This is not just a love story, it's a story of a man who waited half a century for the woman he loved, believing that true love can survive time, distance, and even death itself. The beginning of love many years ago. Florentino Ariza, a quiet and poetic young man, worked as a telegraph operator. He loved to read and write, and one day he saw Fermina Daza, a beautiful young girl from a rich family. The moment he saw her, his heart was captured. He couldn't stop thinking about her. He started writing her letters filled with poetry and love, secretly delivered through friends and servants. At first, Fermina was shy, but as she read his letters, her heart slowly opened. Soon, she began replying. They never met in person, but through hundreds of letters, they fell deeply in love. For 2 years, their love grew in silence and secrecy. Florentino dreamed of marrying her one day, and Fermina promised to wait for him. The breakup, but when Fermina's father found out, he was furious. He believed Florentino was poor and not suitable for his daughter. He took her far away on a long journey, hoping she would forget him. During that trip, Fermina had time to think. When she finally returned home, Florentino ran to see her. But when she saw him again, thin, nervous, and poor, something changed inside her. In that single moment, she realized their love was only a dream. She said coldly, "What we had was nothing more than an illusion." Florentino was destroyed. He couldn't believe the woman he loved had turned away from him. Fermina marries another man later. Dr. Juvenal Urbino, a handsome, rich, and respected doctor, came into Fermina's life. He was modern, educated, and dedicated to fighting cholera, the deadly disease spreading through the town. He proposed to Fermina, and though she didn't love him like she once loved Florentino, she accepted. Her father approved, and she became the wife of a man everyone admired. Florentino's heart shattered, but he swore one thing to himself: I will wait for her, even if it takes my entire life. The long wait, Florentino devoted his life to becoming successful. He worked hard at a river transport company and slowly climbed the ranks. Outwardly, he became rich and powerful, but inside, he stayed loyal to his love for Fermina. Yet during those years, he had many affairs, over 600 women, some brief, some serious, but none could replace her. Each relationship was his way of filling the empty space left by Fermina. Still, every day he wrote in his secret diary, "I am waiting for Fermina Daza." It's the death of Dr. Urbino Fermina and her husband. Dr. Urbino had lived together for over 50 years. Their marriage had ups and downs, quarrels, forgiveness, and quiet companionship. Then, one day Dr. Urbino tried to catch his escaped parrot and fell from a ladder. He died instantly. At his funeral, while Fermina was crying beside his coffin, an old man approached her. It was Florentino Ariza, now gray-haired but with the same hopeful eyes. He whispered, "I have waited for this chance for more than half a century." Fermina was shocked and furious. She asked him to leave, but Florentino simply said he would keep waiting. Love reborn. Months passed. Fermina began to receive letters again from Florentino. At first she ignored them, but as she read his gentle words, she began to remember the young man she once loved. Slowly, she allowed him to visit. They started walking together, talking about the past, their youth, their pains, and how life had changed them. Florentino was patient and kind. He didn't rush. He told her that love was stronger when it survived time. The journey on the river one day. Florentino invited Fermina to travel with him on a riverboat journey. At first, she hesitated. What would people think of two old people traveling together? But finally, she agreed. On that boat, surrounded by the calm river and golden sunsets, they finally spoke their hearts. After 50 years of separation, they kissed for the first time again, not as young lovers, But as two souls who had endured everything life could offer, they realized that love doesn't fade with age. It changes, it matures, and it becomes even deeper. The eternal love when their journey ended. Florentino didn't want it to stop. He convinced the captain to raise a yellow cholera flag, which meant the boat was under quarantine and couldn't stop anywhere. This way, they could stay together forever on the river, sailing endlessly, away from the world that judged them. Firmina smiled at him and finally said, "Forever." The boat sailed on, two old lovers floating on the river, proving that true love can wait a lifetime. Love in the time of cholera is not about perfect love, it's about enduring love. It tells us that love can be patient, even through heartbreak, distance, and time. Florentino waited more than 50 years for Firmina. He grew old, but his heart stayed young. And in the end, his patience was rewarded. Their story reminds us that love is not limited by age or time. It lives forever in the hearts that truly believe. Asterisk. Thanks for watching. If you really like the story, please do like, share, subscribe, comment on my channel World Stories. See you on the next video.